Hey, what's up, and welcome to live.besttechie.net, the place where we talk tech, answer your tech questions, and everything technology related. Uh, for those of you who don't know about this service called Google Voice, it's really, really cool. Now, Google Voice used to be a previous service called Grand Central, which Google acquired and then recently converted it to Google Voice. It's basically the same service. How Google Voice has been improved, has some extra functionality, and is under the Google brand name now. So what Google Voice is that it's a free service that allows you to, get a one phone number, and you can route all of your phones basically to this through this one number. And you can set like if you can set groups of people. So for example, let's say you have friends, like I don't have friends, but if let's say you did have friends, well, I'm just kidding, I have friends, but let's say you did have friends, assuming you do, and I assume most people have friends anyway, and then you have families, and I assume most people have families, right? And then you separate your friends and your families, so you have a friend group and a family group. You can have your family ring on all your phones, like your work phone, your cell phone, your home phone, etc., whatever other phones you have, and you can have your friends just ring on your cell phone and your home phone. So that's really nice. So you can and not your work phone, and things like that. And then you can even have people. If you watch the video on Google Voice's website, actually, they mentioned that you can actually forward people directly to the voicemail. So like you have an annoying neighbor, they call you, and you just have them directly go to voicemail. You can block calls, you can screen calls, so you can see who's calling before you actually pick up. It does all the basic features and functionality. It has conference calls, recording. But one thing I really like, and it pretty much is spot on. Although there's glitches because it's not 100% foolproof. But basically, when someone leaves you a voicemail on Google Voicemail, what happens is Google Voicemail will I'm sorry, not transmit. Will create a transcript of the voicemail, so it actually prints it out in text for you so you can read it. So sometimes, let's say you can't always listen to the voicemail, maybe you're in a meeting or you're on a rush, you don't have time to listen. You can read the transcript, or you want to save it for later perhaps, and you have a transcript of the voicemail, which is really nice. It has SMS, and it has a number of other things as well built right into Google Voice. So basically, we're saying, well, how do I get Google Voice on my cell phone? I mean, well, first of all, Google Voice has a web interface, and by the way, right now it's only invite only, so you need a Google Voice account. You need to get invited through a friend, and I think I have some invites. I will check after this recording and see how many invites I have, and if I have any, I'll post it in the show notes and in the blog post. And if you're the first person, if you're the first come first serve basis, I'll give out some invites to Google Voice if you really want them. Let me just make sure I have some invites. Nonetheless, what you can do is you can if you have an iPhone, as I said, you can route the number through the Google web interface, and you can read check your voicemail and your SMS through the interface on Google Voice on the web. But there's an iPhone app called GV Mobile. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Let me just make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Basically, GV Mobile is a Google Voice application, and it's just like any other application, and they have a free version and a paid version. And the free version just allows you to make calls and things like that. The paid version allows you to check check your voicemail and other sort of things. As you can see, some call history here. I don't know if I have any history. I haven't used this lately, but you can see. I don't really want to show you the numbers actually, but you can see voicemail, and it has the same interface as the visual voicemail that's on the iPhone itself. So it's really nice. Very nice application. They have a free version and they have a paid version, which is $2.99. The $2.99 version has, I said, a couple more features, like voicemail and things like that. The free version basically just allows you to make phone calls. But GV Mobile is a great way to use Google Voice on your iPhone. I believe, I read this briefly. The other day, Google released some Android software application that runs on the Android platform for Google Voice. So if you have an Android phone, look for that. I'll see if I can find the information posted in the show notes for you. Great software. I just have one thing I have to say, because sometimes people forget this, and I'm going to say this because it's very important, because a lot of people forget this sometimes. Remember, when you pick your phone number from Google for Google Voice, it's not your actual phone number. It's your actual phone number. You own it once you have it, but it's not your official number that you got through the carrier, which means the phone number you chose for Google Voice is not a let's say AT&T number or Verizon number or T-Mobile number. That being said, when you call somebody using your Google Voice number, or someone calls you using the Google Voice number, you're paying. That's minutes. Just remember that. It's not a big deal. I mean, some people have unlimited minutes and things like that. I just wanted to point that out. Since it's not AT&T to AT&T number, it may be a Google Voice number to a AT&T number, or an AT&T number to a Google Voice number, or Verizon number, or any number of scenarios. You're paying. That's actual minutes being used, even though your phone is on the AT&T network. It's not an AT&T number, or it's not a Verizon number. Just remember that. I just wanted to point that out. So remember, it's minutes being used. Check out Google Voice. I will give out some invites provided I have any. Just leave a comment or email me, besttechie@besttechie.net, with your information. I will send you your information, being your name and your email, and I will send you an invite. First come, first served basis, assuming I have any. Anyway, thanks for watching. This has been live.besttechie.net. And remember, take care of computers. We'll see you next time.